Hello, welcome back to my 1898 house and me. I had to get my hair done here in a nearby town, and so there's a little thrift shop here that I like to go to, and so I am going to go in and see what treasures we can find. All right, come along. First thing I do when I get in here is I always go downstairs in the basement to see what they have. And this frame was so cute. It was $1, and so I got that. And then these bristle blocks I had when I was a kid, so I had to get those. Those were $5, so a little pricey on that. And this high chair was so cute. And then I went over to the fall items. This pumpkin was $1, so I grabbed that, and I just was looking at the other fall things. And I saw this pie plate. It was just so beautiful, but I left it for somebody else. And I always have to check out the doilies over here. And then I grabbed some of this white fabric. I had to make a curtain, so I grabbed some of that. And this rocking chair was beautiful, but it was $65, a little pricey for me. And they have these handy storage areas, so you don't have to carry things around if you forget to grab a cart or a basket like I did. So I go and get a basket. And then I have to look at all the antiques in this little area that they have. And you know, I always look at these old photos and I think, wow, what stories all these photos hold. But they're only $1 a piece there. Thought you could do something cool with those, but I left them there. And then I went over to the vases section. But this ball jar, $5 was a little much, but I had to grab this for $1. We had one of those sugar containers when I was young, and this key holder I had to get because we needed one for the back door for $1. And isn't this true? And this thing for $2, a little squirrel nut holder, how adorable. And this was so cute, but I left it for somebody else. And I wanted one of these tomato pin cushions, but $4 was kind of high. But I did grab this lace. That was $1 there. And these spools, these wooden spools, I thought, I can do something crafty with those. And I thought this was really neat, but I'm not into vinyl records. And they have a book area for 10 cents a piece. Well, altogether, I spent $12.47. Not too bad of a day. Thanks for watching.